Hello PUBG friends, PGC has kicked off in full swing and something has all the PUBG fans around the world talking. KPI showed up not just for Latin America, but for the entirety of the Americas region at PGC this week.
He sure had all the smokes coming out from SSG to try and find a way to spread out, but Sharpshot gets taken out. It's all into Keenan, 1 versus 3.
Moving into this one, it's just so many angles. KPI comes in with a victory. KPI was an underdog in PGC to say the least. They played the Americas region under the name Fiumba. While their name is a meme, they come in with a ton of experience in Silzen. A couple of new players that have been making big waves with Capitan and Emmy, and a person that has been playing for less than a year in competitive PUBG and DraftKings. Ranked decision for KPI went okay, 18th overall, then coming in on the third round of the weekly survival off of that placement. And then the weekly finals hit, and boy, KPI lit a fire under everybody. Across 10 games, KPI never once fell in a position lower than 6th place, and then Game 8 happened. Game 8 was nasty. By the end of Circle 5, only 5 teams were still alive. KPI moved to a position very early and got a good hill to hold that would be high value in these later game sections. SSG are across the road fighting with Heroic in their own contained fight. Ghibli, though, found themselves very close to KPI in the southeast of the circle and were already exchanging shots. Team Liquid were the west of Ghibli, and hearing the firefight, decided to be a little bit more aggressive to see if they could pick up a couple more kills. A crucial point in this is when DraftKings moved down to take down the last member of Ghibli, Spears, and in that location moved him very far away from the rest of KPI. As Team Liquid begin to move up the hill to assault KPI, Roth sees Mexi and downs him. Much like DraftKings, Capitan has moved to the north, very aware of Space Station Gaming's positions, and it's his role to hold them back and make sure that if they make any move, they are punished and slowed down so the rest of the team can reposition around it. Now with Capitan to the north, DraftKings to the east, it's on Emmy. He is on the hill all alone where the other two teams think all of KPI is at. He starts to favor the northeast side of the hill, so that way both Capitan, but more notably DraftKings, can assist if any push comes from either one of the other teams. Space Station Gaming, though, suddenly shows a complete change in playstyle. Realizing the circle will not favor them, Roth moves to the hillside opposite of Clib, who has now moved much further to the north in a little bit of a dip. Roth, as he makes his move, now spots out an unsuspecting Clib, tosses a couple of grenades at him, and this starts to kick off everything. The timing for Liquid could not be worse, as at that exact same moment they just crested the hillside to look for Emmy, and where KPI is, walking right into DraftKings' line of sight without an idea that he is there, and he opens up fire. Team Liquid retreats down the hillside to focus on Roth, and James gets him down quickly, but the distraction is enough. DraftKings gets vision on EB and gets the down onto him. KPI's Emmy shifts down the hillside, rotates around to Team Liquid, quickly spotting out and getting the down onto Mexi. The dominoes continue to fall as now SSG, Sharpshot, and Keenan charge into the exact same location and path that Roth took, now approaching the hillside where all the action is going down. But remember, Capitan was playing to the north. He sees this, but instead of running to his teammates to assist what's going on with Team Liquid, he has trust in them and continues to focus on SSG, tailing their path right along the roadside. Team Liquid's Clib is now the last one up on his squad, so whenever SSG crests the hillside, they already know where to look and finish him and Liquid off respectively. Now, just 2 up for Space Station Gaming and 3 for KPI as the circle shifts from KPI down into where Space Station Gaming is playing. Capitan now opens fire and takes those shots at Space Station Gaming. They are aware of his position, and there are at least 2 angles that they have to be wary of. Instantaneously, they turn, drop off a ton of smokes, hoping the fact that they can get Capitan's angle cleared off and to focus on DraftKings and Emmy up on the hill. The problem with that is the sightline is still clear and Emmy gets a knock onto Sharpshot. With this, Capitan rushes into the smoke, gets in behind Keenan, and just waits for him to show himself, closing out the game with a confident play and a confident kill. KPI, with trust in teammates, plan traps, and plays as well as amazing firefights, takes 8th match with 9 kills. KPI follows up the next 2 games to get first in the weekly final, netting $30,000 and now a guaranteed spot to the grand final in a few weeks. You gotta say, that is not bad for the only Latin American team playing in PGC, while also having 3 members playing their first major LAN. KPI had a stellar first week in the PGC finals, but there are a lot of eyes on them to see if they can repeat that success. I know you guys had a lot of eyes on PGC this weekend as well, so tell us about your favorite plays in the comments down below, and until then, I'll see you on the next episode of PUBG Pull-Ups.